But first, let's get into the projected lineup of what we're expecting from the Capitals forward lines in that opening night roster. 13 forwards, 8 defensemen, 2 goaltenders. Again, these are what we're projecting. The big one where I want to put your eyes is on that third line, left wing, Alan. It's Milano or Vrana. They've both been trading chances, and Jakub Vrana has made this Capitals roster yet again.
Yeah, and a former 25 goal scorer for the Washington Capitals and a very important player when they won the Stanley Cup. A former first rounder, traveled around a little bit the last few years. It hasn't gone so well for Jake since he left the Capitals, but he's excited to be back here. He's looked very good in preseason. He looks like he is the fastest player, and of course he's back with his guys. He feels comfortable around Ovechkin, John Carlson, the older vets, and now he can bring some of that experience he had. But the biggest thing is a positive outlook on life for him. I'm happy that he's back, and I think he'll do great things.
I love it. At Media Day, he just said this place feels like home. A lot of the staff that he knows, he said Ovi stayed the same. So this place is familiar to him, and I think we've seen that throughout the preseason and what he has shown. Well, here's Coach talking about Jakub Vrana, plus Vrana himself talking about making the team.
On top of everything, just being able to get a chance to be back in the league, and on top of everything is this organization and this team. It's it's just it's great, man. You know, I've been here before and had a great time, and it's great to be back here.
Had a great attitude. He's worked extremely hard. Had a good training camp. Saw some of the things that he can potentially do individually, but also some areas that he can help us as a team. And proud of him and the way he competed. And like I said, his attitude was phenomenal through training camp. So trying to get back to the player that he was, in the National Hockey League, and could potentially be a really good fit.
That'd be awesome. Obviously, like I said, I've been here before. I got to win the Stanley Cup with this team, and it's just I have a lot of flashbacks just being here and know a lot of people. So that'd be great.
Well, this was fun as we are looking live down below us here at Capital One Arena. The Caps are on the ice, and Jakub Vrana decided to sit over on the bench with Capitals owner Ted Leonsis just a few moments ago. And again, Alan, this is a kid that came here to D.C., grew up here, unfortunately got traded away, moved around the league, but this has always been home for him, and something you always talk about as well. When you win a Stanley Cup with a team, you never forget that team, that organization, those players that you were with.
Yeah, and he was going through some things when he was here, and he wasn't happy, and the coach wasn't using him the way he wanted to be used. And then he went to Detroit, and they get Anthony Mantha here, and it never kind of worked out for either guy on that transfer. And you'd think both teams were expecting to get a win out of that, and it didn't work out perfect, even though Anthony Mantha had a pretty exceptional season for the Caps last year. He had 19 before he left, 19 goals. But the guys know him, they like him, love him, the players that have been here. And the most important thing to me is that he feels good about himself right now, that he's healthy. He's in a great space mentally and emotionally. He's around people that he trusts and loves. And if he can breathe that into his game, we're going to see the very good Jakub Vrana. As I said in the preseason, I thought he looked like the fastest player. He was the one guy that you noticed speed bursts out of, and that's what you wanted him. This team last year, the year before, they were slow and they couldn't score. He can skate and he can score. It shouldn't just be Ovi scoring all the goals or Stromer. TJ Oshie's not here anymore. You need to have goal scoring. You need to have speed. Hopefully Jakub can provide that all season long.